said. Petrip, good morning, good morning. I didn't realize that you cannot hear us. Thank you for the note. I wish somebody said earlier, because we've been having a really good discussion here. Can you imagine? Nothing we said has gone out. That's terrible.
Yeah, I mean, we'd solved world peace. I
Yeah.
think we were working on the European hunger crisis, and then we were going to go ahead and solve the North Korean problem next. I mean, it's, yeah, wow. If only we had that recorded.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's such a pity.
Bitrip. We asked you to take the notes, Bitrip. We've now lost it all.
Yeah, damn it. Oh, okay. Well, let's start over. Let's start over. Sorry,
Oh
guys.
man, I forgot already. Jeez.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what we'll do. We won't go down that route. Let's just make it interesting for the viewers. I think they came to see the Zibo, so let's just stick to that. Okay, we're just gonna start with
Flying.
that.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes.
I think that's going to be better. We'll solve world peace later on again. Okay,
Good.
all right. Yeah, thanks, Betrip. Okay, so let's start over. First of all, this is a non-public beta test that I'm doing for Zibo. I tried to do it last night on Twitch. If you guys want to see that video, it is there. But you're going to see a repeat of everything here. One of the reasons I'm redoing the test is Simbri failed us miserably last night. An hour flight turned into, in Simbrief's mind, we were going to fly over 1,000 nautical miles. It was a 3-hour flight, and then we started fiddling, which by sheer luck, I would say, we might have discovered another bug in the Zibo, you know, so we're going to redo that. It's going to take a little while to just run through everything. But the moment we changed the fuel, we couldn't get normal operation in the FMC. So we are going to basically manipulate it to try and recreate the issue, because I've told Zibo to go look at the stream from last night. But if we have a second copy of it, then obviously, you know, we've proven that there is definitely, for a fact, a problem with the FMC code when you change the fuel load. So we're going to do that again. In terms of the big change of 13, they've basically, between Zibo and Yeri, they've enhanced the light test, and that's why we had the Christmas lights on earlier. And so I'm not exactly sure what they did. I know that part of the enhancement is to make it more real. So it could be that somebody provided them with more better pictures or videos or something, and they realized, you know, maybe there's a little line out of place somewhere. Who knows? I don't know. Then what we did discuss is we now have ATC 1 and 2 little switches here, and also the alt 1 and 2 switches. All right. And we were discussing the fact that Yeri is busy working on an alternate model to be implemented for the transponder, which appears to will then have 5 digits. So instead of the normal 4 digits, it's going to have an additional one, which Carl gave us a very good story about. Man, I wish you heard that. Carl, you don't have to repeat it, but it is up to you if you want to just talk about that, because of the address space and things like that. You know, it's up to you.
Yeah, the mode 3 alpha Charlie transponder, the 3 alpha is the 4096 codes that are issued out. Some of those are reserved, like 1200, 2000, 7500, 76, 77. But the remainder are free to hand out amongst air traffic control agencies, and they're provisioned out so they don't have any conflicts in a known route with the ATC facilities participating. So the problem is, you know, we have a lot more air traffic now than I think they ever thought was going to happen concurrently. And 4,096 addresses is not a lot. So they've had a notion for quite some time to increase that space. The same thing that we have with IP addresses on the internet, they have, it's called IPv4, right? Well, if we want to go from 4 digits to 5 digits, which will increase that 4,096 substantially. The problem is that every participating aircraft that needs a transponder has to have a compliant transponder installed. So as you can imagine, it's very expensive for not only people like airlines and charter businesses and that sort of thing, but anyone any private owner or what have you that has an aircraft would now have to undergo that expense to be compliant, right? So it's non-trivial, and that's why it hasn't happened before. But that's just a quick overview of like what the problem is, and who would be affected by it, and why it's a problem to begin with.
Yeah, thank you, Cole. Much appreciated. And that was about it, what we discussed. We talked about one or two other things which are not important. And then it was at the point where I said, okay, let me start setting up, when you guys alerted us to the fact that you can't hear us. Just a brief bit of background on that. I received Microsoft Windows updates during the week that completely messed my headset up. Linda couldn't hear me anymore. The speech recognition didn't hear me when I speak through the mic. I then this morning discovered that Microsoft issued software updates for all my SciTech products, the yoke and the throttle and everything. And then I also saw there was a Corsair update for the headset. So I did that, and still it didn't work. So I just went and I got the latest IQ software, which is the software you get from Corsair to run the headset. And that seems to have solved most of it. I have spoken to Linda at least once just to say good morning, and she did respond. So in all of that, it seems that the broadcasting software obviously lost the headset and mic. So apologies for that, but thank you. We're going now. So I'm going to set up, as I said, and then we're going to change the fuel values and see if we can recreate the problem in the FMC, because that's a big problem that Zibo definitely will have to fix.
Yeah, and Linda's sitting down, so we can't lip read,
Yeah, well.
Oh wait, sorry.
In this, Nicole.
Come on, man.
No, that's not good. That's not a good joke today. Anyway, but we're going to have to do our best to try and recreate it and then fix it. Right, reserves. Let's go. Oh, and let's put this on here.
By the way, just so everyone knows, including our viewers, the updates from Microsoft this week horked quite a lot of things, and quite a few people were experiencing a lot of problems with that update. So, yeah.
Yeah, I've heard of a lot of complaints from it. Right, okay, and we are going to fly to 90. 87 at 52 and 11.
Did you notice any part of her automation was messed up, or was it strictly the audio
voice,
codecs?
Audio, the voice.
Okay.
CG. Hello, Oliver. Good morning. Okay, so let's quickly go have a look in the tablet. Right, our landing weight is a bit wonky there. We're in bounds, but it is still not really where we want it to be, so we need to move it to the back. Alright, so sorry, that's my mistake. I'm adding one extra digit in there. Alright. Right, 21.4. Still not taking it. Okay, let's put it in ourselves then. 22.1.
I've never flown to Sardinia, but I have flown into Palermo, and it's a beautiful airport, beautiful area, that whole area.
Nice. Yeah, I made some orthos as well. I was looking at it. It's really, it's a nice place. I'm so glad we have the ability to make orthos, eh? Alright, okay, so there you can see everything is matching. We obviously had to put the CG in. Hello, Giovanni, good morning. Air race, no, I haven't, Oliver. No, I haven't used that. Okay, so let's go back and change our fuel. Now, the reason I'm going to do it 2 more times is we had to decrease the fuel. So I'm going to go for 10. Alright, and then we're going to decrease it. So if we don't have the same error putting fuel in, we have to subtract it again to try and see if we get the same error. Because effectively what we need to do is once the fuel is updated, these values, the gross weight value needs to change. You see it is busy changing there. Okay, and then you need to obviously go. Oops, I clicked the button once too often. Alright. Once too many times. So what then has to happen is the V speeds need to change. Now usually you just click on the line select key and it just fills it in. The same goes for the CG. You just click there and it updates the CG, and obviously then you do the flaps. But what happened last night is it refused point blank. I had to physically type the value, then click the line select key. So we need to check that that is resolved. Well,
that would not be fun to do.
No. Let's quickly do the pushback thing. Oh, I need my volume back as well. Even I could not hear that, so that's also...
I flew back from Seattle to Tulsa on a 737-800 the other day, and it's amazing. You look at their EFBs on American, it's very similar to what we're seeing right here. The EFB itself. Okay. Of course, the cockpit looks the exact same. It's really cool.
Really nice, really nice. Good morning, Uncle John.
Good morning, sir.
Uncle John, long time, sir. How are things?
What was that, Carl?
I said, good morning, sir. It's been a long time. How are things?
Yeah, very well, thank you. Just got out of bed. Apologies for that.
Yeah,
no worries here.
Did you sleep well? Sounds like you had a good time.
Seems so, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Good 8 hours.
Good. Good morning, Peter, on stream as well. Right, so we're definitely seeing an increase there. Uncle John, just for your benefit, we're basically testing the new non-beta version of the Zibo. And I picked up on some issues, so we're just trying to recreate it and then we'll go fly.
Okay, sir. If you can reiterate what the issues you're looking at some stage.
Yeah, it was, once we changed the fuel load in the EFB, we subtracted a couple of thousand kilograms. I think it was 3,000 to be exact. The FMC did not want to play with us. It refused to do the normal operation. So we just want to see if it was a fluke, you know, that happened last night just because it's a fluke, or whether it's something that Zibo needs to go and look at.
Okay.
By the way, Uncle John, when I was flying back the other day, I was telling the pilots, but this is before we took off, the only time you can get to the flight deck, you know, and I was explaining to these pilots, you know, yeah, I'm a pilot, but I do a lot of flight simming now, and I was telling them specifically about the Zibo and the reality, you know, that it brings to simulation, and they were extremely interested and had no idea that flight simming for the PC had matured to the level that I was describing to them.
Yeah, I get it.
They were amazed.
I get that, yeah.
Because they're used to know full level 3, you know, full motion sims, right? You know.
Absolutely. Well, while we're waiting, I'm just gonna go ahead and start setting up the rest. So we've got the QNH set. No flight 290.
Is this not Paul's flight that he
Yes.
Worked out last night. I thought it was.
Oh.
Morning, Paul.
Morning, John.
Almost there. Leave that off for now. Uncle John,
Yes, sir.
we're having one of those 10-degree heat waves again this morning.
That's not good.
Yeah. It's flipping cold, man.
Oh, come on. Grow up. Be a man. Be a man.
We're not made for this.
Well, it's suggested today that we're going to get 30C.
Wow. Yeah, Paul was telling me it's really hot already. I think he said 28 degrees already, Paul.
That was middle of the day yesterday, but yeah, it was very warm for me.
Okay. Oh.
Be like old Sean Connery. Look here, you Nancy, with your 28 degrees centigrade.
Mm.
It's 20 degrees here at the moment, Nico.
Yeah, that's the issue with being acclimatized to an area. I mean, for us, 10 degrees is like freaking cold. Anything below 18 is like, no, now you're going the wrong way. We used to having a 25 to 35. That's normal for us. Hold on, let me check it quickly. Hold on, otherwise I'll give it to you and then I'll thank you for finding a bug and then I'll fix it later. Let's quickly see. Okay, yeah. Let me quickly fix that. Let us quickly fix that. So, let's do this. Copy. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. Just want to make a short URL and I'll give it to you just now. Just want to test it, see that it works. Copy, paste and go. Yeah, hold on. Now I can give that to you. There you go. There's a new link. Did you also have some cold, Giovanni? Oh, sorry, that's Flaps 15. Oh, why did I make that mistake? I didn't read properly. Sorry, Flaps 15. Yeah, I know it was cold here, man. It was really cold. I just thought for a moment that was obviously Giovanni in the US. Right. Where's this control panel of this thing? Right, looks like we've made that. Let me just quickly update this chatbot thing. Name commands. Not sure if it will take it now. Let's just quickly do that. Edit. Paste. And confirm. Alright. So we will test that shortly. Okay, so what now needs to happen is we need to go and check the CG and everything again. So now we've got the right value there. Now, you see this is still not updating. Alright, so I'm questioning that. And now if we click there, it should update. You see it's not updating. It's given us the new values. And you're supposed to just click and it doesn't. So I'll just show this to Zibo. So let's go back to where we want to be. Then we don't have to do it a third time. We already know it's not working. Good morning, Sergeant. Good morning, Yoki. I think I need to read the OFB. Right, so it's going to take a minute or two to just get back to the normal load, and then we can go fly. All right. Let's test this command. Let's see if this works now while we're waiting. We might have to switch it off and back on in the background so we can do that. Oh, there we go. There's something coming. Yes, it's updated. There you go. Fixed. Right. We're literally just waiting for the fuel and then we can go. Hope you guys had a good week otherwise, and that you are rested and that you can enjoy your weekend. What else can you guys tell me while we're waiting, or ask or something? Let's see. How do you get that custom-made Zibo iPad? There is a member of our community called Jared, and Jared has put it all on the org. If you give me a second, I'll see if I can find a link for you. But it's this one was obviously custom made for me because it's got my name and brand and everything on here. But let's quickly see if we can find a link to Jared's org page. Let's have a look. See. Jared, just searching quickly. I think I got it. Yeah. And copy. Ooh, it's too many. No, it's not. It will fit. There you go. Right. Well, that's copy and paste from the org. So that's the page that it will take you to, and then you can go check all the different versions that he's got. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, there's a whole list. There you can see there's a huge list of them. So just go follow that link. Almost there.
Grounded cockpit door is driving up.
Might as well start closing the doors and things. I'm not going to start the AP until the fuel is done. That's it.
all doors and exits are closed. Ready to connect.
I have a very interesting situation. I don't see myself on Iveo at all on the webeye. Hang on. I think I'm looking at the wrong island. Yes, I am. I'm looking at the destination, not the departure. Gotcha.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Hold your horses. We'll get there. Right, 5-3. So let's check. Okay, back to normal. Just want to check in the OFP that it looks correct. Yeah, that's good. .1, that's obviously something we put in manually, and we now have the correct V speed, so that's cool. Let's go. Get this automatic Unicom set up. I have absolutely no idea what gate this is. Hang on. 101, okay. We're gonna take something. It seems to be Foxtrot, so you're gonna take Lima, Foxtrot, holding point, Alpha. Runway 23. Oh yeah, we didn't put any sits and stars and things in here because in Italy they don't want you to file that, so SUKUN 7A. Alright, that's good enough, so
Starting pushback and you may start engines.
before start procedure. Oh yeah, we
Before
didn't
start
start the
procedure.
APU or anything. You see, it happens when you lose concentration and do too many things. Alright, so let's get it going.
And did you start the ACARs?
Did I? Yes sir, I did. Look there, I'm a good boy.
I was going to say, she does remind you.
Yeah, but Uncle John, with
Before start
everything
procedure
we've done
completed.
today, there are a few twists and turns. You know, that's not normal. So she basically gave me that instruction like more than half an hour ago, you know. And
Okay.
if I didn't do it, then I probably did. You know, that's why it's yeah. But if I didn't do it, then I would have missed it.
I did do that file for Johan
Thank you
Lloyd,
so
by the
much.
way.
Yeah, thank you so much. Start number 2 engine.
Starting number 2 engine.
Uncle John, I'm just grateful that Linda can hear me again. For the last 2 or more days, she couldn't hear me, you know. This whole speech recognition thing died after the last Microsoft update, so I had to go through a few hoops to get that going as well.
Trim up.
You see, and now we're not getting pressure because we're trying to start the engine before the APU is settled. Here's another tip for you guys. This is new as well. It's been in the mod now for 2 versions. I think 2 or 3 versions. You need to wait a minute or 2 after starting APU for that thing to actually be able to turn these engines. So just bear that in mind.
Can you take particular interest in the descent altitude for the 10,000 mark again, Nico?
Yeah. We'll just have to look at that.
She's now going down to as low as 985.
Okay. No problem. See if we have enough air now. Oh, and you know the other thing that's... Oh, no, it's right. Here we go. See, now it works.
25N2. Starter cutout.
Start number 1 engine.
Starting number 1 engine.
Nice to see a bit of Cessna traffic on the network.
25N2. Starter cutout. Engine start procedure complete at.
Damn it. Okay, let's go.
Sorry about that, Nico. I had to go open the hot tub for the missus.
Yeah, no problem.
It's got a big old cover on it with a an arm. You can lift it up and, you know, makes it easy, but she can't lift the thing once it's up there because it's so damn big.
Ah, gotcha.
It's not like an Olympic-sized, you know, unit or anything, but it can hold, like, let's say 10 or 12 normal folks,
Okay.
or 4 of me.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm 6'4", like, you know, 280, but I'm not as big as they come. But I'm so damn long. You know, I wanted to get a hot tub that I could submerge in and not, you know, worry about hanging out of the damn thing.
Okay, got it.
I wonder what people like Shaquille O'Neal do. Probably have like a, you know, they go to the geysers or something like that.
Yeah, pretty much. They'll have to, you know, something big. It's probably custom made for them anyway. You know, it's not something.
Oh
you're
yeah,
able to buy.
I've seen it.
Yeah, it's not something you just.
I live
buy.
next to a couple of San Antonio Spurs in a place called the Dominion, in San Antonio. It's a very nice neighborhood.
Okay.
And this was made for David Robinson, who was on the team. Now, I know David, he's a real good guy, and I got to go in his house.
Yeah.
And, normally you think, well, this is, a nice big house, but I was looking very carefully. He's 7'1", almost 7'2". All of his doorways are 9 feet tall, all of them.
Wow.
And so his ceilings are not less than 11 feet because he doesn't want that, standard feeling because it's like claustrophobic.
Yeah, claustrophobic, yeah. Wow.
His cabinets are all raised. I mean, it's amazing, all the little changes that you don't really think about until you get into a house, made for someone big like that. And you're like, geez, this is, wow. I'm not 7 foot, but it's 6'4". I can still appreciate what it takes.
Oh, yeah.
It's amazing.
Procedure.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Before takeoff procedure completed.
So I don't see that other guy on
Flaps 5
TCAS.
set.
I see the one behind me. If he shouts, he hasn't said anything, so if he shouts, he shouts.
I've seen some weirdness like that lately too. I didn't know if it was just me or not, but yeah.
Approaching 2-4.
I was getting collision avoidance warnings over Catalina landing at LAX, and there was nobody there that I could see.
4.
Interesting. Toga,
Takeoff thrust
have
set.
you flown the mini route from Van Nuys over to Catalina passing over LAX? Have you ever done that?
80 knots.
Not the mini route, no.
Throttle hold.
I've done it many times, but they've changed it. It's kind of not fun anymore. They closed it for a long time, and the other day so it's open again. So I don't know, what, probably COVID related or something. I don't know, but
V1.
you don't have the same
Rotate.
VOR intercept stories anymore. It's kind of taken the fun out
Positive
of it.
rate.
Because you used to have to fly to Santa Monica on a certain radial, then you had to go out on a radial, then you had to intercept the Hawthorne, or the VOR close to Hawthorne, go through their airspace, and you used to fly 2,500 feet right over LAX, right there where the tower could see you, and you had to be spot on.
Runway
And
turn
then,
off, lights off.
at the intersection point of the radials, that's just before Torrance, you had to then turn out, bug out to the right, so you don't go into the Torrance airspace and then over to Catalina. But it's
yeah, I'm familiar with it. I just never had flown it. I've seen it done, and of course I've heard it on the frequency many times. There's all kinds of Class B transitions there that are, funky and interesting for LA.
Yeah, I personally
Flaps
like
1
that
set.
because I've got the scenery. You know what I'm saying? When I go into
Oh yeah.
Catalina,
Do you use Orbex?
yes.
Yeah, me too. It's awesome.
Yeah. The thing is, the way it's set up now, the details I could find on the net for it right now
Flaps
kind
up.
of doesn't make sense.
And
It's like
set.
it's off, so I'm using old knowledge to try and fly in the new version, and it's kind of not nice.
Yeah, I had the same thing when they transitioned from coast approach over to SoCal. I had all that knowledge, and it wasn't dramatically different, but there was enough of a change where you can be like, why the hell are you doing this? Because this was so much better. And it's like, well, it's not open for debate. It's just, this is the procedure now, so get over it.
Yeah.
But, that's some of the most complicated and high-use airspace in the world.
Yeah.
Approaching transition.
Matter of fact, Nico, I'm going to get something to eat. I'll be back hopefully before the end of the flight here, but this is
worries.
awesome. And I got that scenery. It looks like it was created for 10, but it's still kind of
Works.
cool, the Sardinia.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
Transition altitude.
Okay, cool. Thanks for popping
Yep.
in and chatting a bit.
Likewise, Uncle John, everyone else, have a good flight. See you guys soon. Be well.
Cheerio.
Take care.
Chronic Gaming, we have an absolute almost cloudless day. Those clouds over there are about the only ones you're going to see. And then I see on the radar there's a little bit of cloud somewhere there that we might actually see, but you're not getting the full effect. You'll have to watch some of my other videos to see the actual effect of Skymaxx Pro and also X Ambience in the other version. By the way, to sort out the root problem with SimBrief, I had to physically go to Root Finder and find another root. So this isn't exactly the one you made, Paul. We had to go find another one which SimBrief would actually not have a problem with. And it's not because of something you did. It's something on SimBrief's side. They just bombed out last night. They couldn't give us the proper root. Yeah, so we had to go find a different one. Yeah.
Mm.
If you watch that video, you'll see it literally put. Now this map is not going to go far enough. It literally put the alternate, the leg that you get from your destination to the alternate was at Torino. I think that's what they call it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's made it a 3-hour flight, which it wasn't supposed to be. Hey Reggie, good morning.
Are you likely to be flying with Uncle John in the near future?
I
What a
hope
nice
so.
guy.
Are we going to fly together, Uncle John, sometime on the weekend?
Oh, I hope so. Have you sorted out the group flight for tomorrow?
No, no, no. I've been fighting all my issues this morning. You haven't heard a quarter of what happened here to get me going.
Okay, but the essence of the subject is, can you get one up and running for later this morning, please?
Well, yeah, I suppose I can. Do any of you have a preference where you want to fly? What you want to fly?
Ask Paul, he's good at that.
Just what I wanted to say, but I didn't want to put him on the spot like you did.
Well, I mentioned earlier, Nico, that I flew into Reggio, which is just further along the coast there, from your destination.
Okay.
And I mentioned that I didn't know whether it was a mistake I made, but the plane didn't want to descend below about 3,500 feet.
Okay.
And there's additionally a problem that the VOR and the NDB, which is only about a mile apart, have the same identifier, and it seemed to confuse the FMC. So, if I was to be selfish, I would suggest that, so I could get you to look at the problem.
Okay.
But that might not be a very elegant stream either. And, you know, a group flight could cause terrible confusion for everybody, which might be disappointing. So, that's one suggestion.
Yeah, but I think we need to do that rather offline, not so much with the rest of the guys.
Yeah, my thoughts. Yeah.
I'm kind of thinking about flying into Genoa, because Genoa, if we have to do the manual side of the approach, depending on which runway is active, I mean, that's literally switching off the AP. Yeah, the AP. Almost said APU, but the AP. You switch off the AP, and you have to physically do the downwind and turn around and land, you know, visually and manually. That might be a good place to fly into, just to go into.
Yeah, that's a little bit tricky. Yeah. Let's hope we get naughty winds. Excellent.
Yeah. And even if you come in straight on the east to west runway, whatever number that is, there's a side step because of those cranes in the harbor. Now, depending on whether your scenery's got them, you know, it's going to be an issue or not. I think let's make Genoa the destination. I'll go think of a departure.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Okay, then we'll publish it later. Just as a matter of interest, in the last 3 flights I've done, I've not received the same load to put into the EFB and into the Zibo once. So I think that trick we pulled to make it more random is really working in the 3 flights that I've now done.
Yep, absolutely grand.
1000 to level off.
1,000 to go.
Well, so far so good. There's nothing particular breaking and shouting at me that it's broken. Just off to our right. A little bit ahead, we can't really see it like this. Just about in that direction, there seems to be a little bit of a radar reflection there. Still way off. I'm not sure how close we're going to get to that. Not really, it seems. What? Is that TD already? I better start prepping. That's quick. Right, so we're going to do RNP Zulu into runway 25. And if Ian is available, we're going to use that for sure. Right, ILSs are not active. We've got the video are active, so that's pretty nice. Let's just activate it on the MD as well. Right, our descent altitude needs to be 3,000.
Good morning, all.
Hello, Kevin.
Morning, stranger.
And how's everybody here?
We were waiting just for you, mate. Just for you.
That's good.
No, we're all good. How are you?
All is well, you know. Problems with the internet because of certain things going on in the country, and but fine.
Yeah. I had a strange issue last night, now that you mention it. Google, Twitter, both said to me they've detected strange things on my network, and I have to prove to them that I'm human. So I had to go through this whole rigmarole of filling in all kinds of forms, getting SMSs, putting the codes in, matching codes, and then they left me alone. Even my VPN didn't want to work last night. It just didn't. It was for like an hour or so. It was like my whole internet was censored.
It's a pain. It's a pain, isn't it? I think that they are censoring a lot of people doing certain Twitters and things like that, which is affecting everybody.
Yeah. How is the situation in your side of the world? I haven't heard of anything that side, eh?
No, we've had nothing to do with the riots and things like that. Nothing down in the Western Cape or Cape Town. So, in that regard, we're pretty fine down here.
Okay, that's good news. What is worrying me is that BP, Shell, Caltex, Sasol, everybody's closed down. So I mean, we've got like a few days worth of petrol, gasoline left. I don't know when they're going to start up again. I used to work at Sasol. Starting up that freaking plant is not a one-day job. You can switch it off, you know, reasonably fast, but starting back up is...
Yeah, it's normally a couple of week job to get it started rolling again.
Yeah. And the worst part of it is now they've banned the sale of fuel in portable containers.
Yeah, I see that. I could understand why.
Look, we can understand why to a certain extent, but at the end of the day, the country still needs fuel to operate. I mean, what you're going to do if you can't go to work and can't go to buy food? You know, we can't walk to these places. Some of them are too far.
That's true, and I mean, there's a lot of people rely on the fact that they get fuel in proper containers and things for their work, like garden services, things like that.
Well, generators. They effectively told everybody with generators, sorry, you know, you can't have any. I got lucky. I went to the garage. I bought myself 2 nice jerry tanks things full. Came home. As I sat down, booted my PC, the first news article that popped up from the internet was fuel sales in containers have been banned. I just smiled. I just got mine. It was within a few minutes.
Well, I think it's all very interesting, Nico, and I think that this is the big opportunity for Ramaphosa to get rid of all the old guard in one fell swoop.
Yeah.
Whether he has the balls to do it or not will remain to be seen.
Yeah, we'll find out soon enough. Where am I clicking? To be 1, 0. I'm not going to bother with the rest right now. Alright, so... Go back. It's not sensitive. Alright, we will have 3 tons, so that's what 500 kilograms to drop, so... Wait. 4. Yeah, I love this thing that it randomizes the weights and things now. It's much better. Francois, I think that's about it. Some of these new fancy cars don't allow it. That's the only problem. And for Pete's sake, if you go and try and do it with one of these intercity bus liners, just make sure you take the right cap off. You don't want to get to the sewage waste tank, and siphon that out.
That would be fun, getting a mouthful of that.
There was a story a couple of years ago, whether it was true or not, I don't know, but it was said that a couple of these guys have done it, so. Right, well, I think I'm set up, I'm ready. I don't have any other traffic coming or going at the destination. Lucky. Good stuff, Francois. Good stuff.
The earth is so beautiful.
Well, Linda, right now all we see is water and clouds. Water and clouds. Ah, see, I've got messages. go. Okay, Uncle John, are you here?
I am, sir.
Okay, so then we are going to have to check. Oh, you know what? That's my mistake. I never said this. It's going to complain for a while. We don't care. We've got an off-schedule descent just because we had the wrong setting there. It will equalize. Okay, so we can look together at this 10,000 foot issue then. We'll keep our eyes on that.
Traffic. Monitor vertical speed.
Ooh. I saw there was somebody there earlier. There he is. There he is. There he is. Yeah, I saw him on WebEye. Peter, I have also noticed that once or twice, but mine has stopped doing that, so we'll have to look a little bit deeper and see what on earth is causing that. But it has happened once or twice or 3 times with me at least. So I... Peter, what I would suggest is use a process of elimination. Start with all the plugins, all the scripts, anything Lua, just disable anything and everything in that regard. It could be a freaking texture. It could be a Lua script governing clouds. It could be a, you know, there's so many things it can be. The good news is that it's not happening with me or anybody else that I know of at this point in time. So it's obviously something local, and it's just going to take a bit of, you know, trial and error to discover what exactly it is.
Nico, I watched a cockpit video in the 737-800 yesterday.
Yeah.
With this whole speed thing. I just watched them, and when they reached about 12,000, the speed tape dropped to the FMC speed at around about 12,000. But I mean, the pilot still had to use the speed brake to get the speed down.
Of course, of course. Well, Kevin, Zibo is very well aware
Have you always
of the
wanted to be a
code and
pilot?
everything. I'm pretty sure he's waiting on somebody to do something for him, and then he'll update it again. You know, we'll have to see.
Yeah, it's only this last while. I mean, it used to work perfectly.
Yeah. You see, I don't mean this negative or derogatory in any way, but I mean he did have to go and organize his daughter's wedding, you know, and he's been busy catching up in real world work and everything else that goes with that. We must just give him a bit of a chance to just come back into form again. You know, he's been away for quite a few weeks, you know, with his mind on something completely different. So, you know, he'll be back when he's ready.
Yeah, it's strange how the real world takes over from our fantasy world.
Yes, I tell you, I hate it when the real world interferes with my virtual world. I can get so annoyed. I get very annoyed sometimes.
Yeah.
Right, we're gonna turn on that arc. Let me just check the weather while I'm thinking about it again quickly. Refresh. Weather. Scattered at 3000, scattered 6000. 011. 290 at 9.
There's the speed tape dropping now.
Yeah, it's dropped. But look where the altitude is now already again. Right, so there's some water coming on the screen now. I'm not going to bother with the wipers until we're really slow enough. We don't want to break them off. So let's just check our temperatures. We are currently at 18, and if we look at page 2, alright, nah, that's still okay. It's not going to kill us. We won't get ice right now, so we'll worry about anti-ice if it gets below 10 degrees there.
Approaching transition.
I just realized that I'm talking so much here on Discord. I'm texting, you guys can probably hear me typing. I don't keep my eye on this. Look where that speed's gone to now, really.
Transition level.
Okay, that is correct. Okay, then let's have a look, see. I'm pretty sure we don't need to go into that
1000 to level off.
Yeah, you're well below the glide slope by the look of that.
Yeah. Let's go past that. Yeah. We don't need that out. Right, pulling first flaps just to assist with that slowdown. We're well within the flap speed, so it's perfect. Let's put you back in your cage. Alright.
Flaps 1 set.
Let's go for flaps 5. Alright, so we're about 15 miles. 15.3 miles from the runway.
Flaps 5 set.
Right, speed brakes set, auto brakes set. Alright, Linda takes care of the rest. And nothing's still equalizing. We don't care, we're below any use for that, so it's fine. we go. Ian is active. These autos look weird. Look at this discolored autos. Yuck.
Yeah, it looks sort of washed out.
Yeah, that was taken on an off day or a cheaper camera on a cheaper satellite.
Those clouds are looking good there.
Oh wow, that's amazing.
1000 to level off.
I like the effect of the rain as we came through that one layer there. It was really good.
Flaps 15 set.
Well, all in all, Paul, this was an excellent flight that you came up with. Thank you very much.
Well, it's nice and straightforward, really,
Flaps
isn't it?
30
Yeah,
set.
lovely.
The reason I picked it, the reason I picked it the other day was because I could do the completely non-realistic circle to land on the short runway. So, so I was being a bit weird with that.
Gotcha.
But nice enough anyway. You know, beautiful airports and scenery.
Thank you.
This was last Sunday.
Sorry, Uncle John?
This was last Sunday's flight, was it not, Paul?
Yeah.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
Minimum.
I was the only one who did the mad approach. But ATC were very accommodating. It was great.
Oh, lovely. Well, I've disconnected my autopilot. I am now flying this thing by hand. So let's see how good we can do that.
Flaps 15 set.
I've been pressing the wrong freaking button. I'm trying to trim it.
Taxi lights on.
I'm pressing the flaps
Flaps
button.
25
Oops.
set.
Let me on flaps.
Approaching 2-5.
Flaps 30 set.
There we go. Yeah, now it feels better. And I didn't even trim it that much. I think maybe one click. Get some.
500.
Chronic, I'm not worried about it. That's not something that really bugs me. I don't have OCD about that. I'm more worried about having control over the aircraft when I land than
300.
to add things that just use up resources and things. I'm happy
200.
with what my system looks like.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Oh, that's a bit of a floater. Come on. Oh, that was way too soft. Way too soft.
5,000 feet
It actually
remaining.
Feels like we're not even on the
4,000
ground. Or we
remaining.
bounced or something.
3,000 remaining.
Speed breakup.
You can always do a rerun, have a look at it.
2,000 remaining.
Yeah. We have a
1,000
misconfiguration
remaining.
between the reversers as well
500
for some
remaining.
other reason.
Caution on taxiway.
So,
on taxiway.
we're in trouble.
100 remaining.
We're in trouble.
Stop.
Yeah, it's almost there.
69.
Yeah, don't go down there. Don't go down there. No.
Landing. Nice one, sir.
Oh, my hat.
Yeah, I know. All kinds of weird things happened there. Can you believe it? Oh, we have to have days like this too, gentlemen. It's just... And look there, we still have that misconfiguration. The one engine is still in reverse.
Back to flight school.
Yeah, I think so, Uncle John. I think you and I need to have a retraining session a
Approaching
bit later.
07.
Wow. That was weird, man. That was weird. Oh well, now you guys see I'm human too.
Blame Windows.
Yeah, it's the Windows update. I'm pretty sure. Look, I told you guys before the flood started there was a SciTech update. Maybe I should need to go and calibrate these things. You know, I didn't do that.
Stop making excuses. We never had any pilots last weekend go off the end.
Well, you didn't have the Windows updates that I had, Uncle John, or the SciTech updates.
Excuses. You don't blame your tools.
Okay.
Hey,
yeah, I hear you. Listen,
Nico, I got that new livery you wanted ready.
Woo, really? Which one?
Yeah, hang on. I don't know if can I share it in here. Let's see.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I used the colors you ordered and everything, so I guess the guys might like them.
Okay.
Were you sure that wasn't McTryon doing that landing?
No. Apparently, Peter's feeling better about his landings. You sound like you're feeling better about your landings. So, you know what? Let's have a look. See what George has got here for us.
Hey, Nico, made it back.
Looks good, George.
Hey, Cole.
How did it go?
I made a boo-boo here at the landing. I was telling everybody before I started flying that we had those updates in the SciTech drivers this morning. So what happened was only the one engine engaged the reversers. As I tried to get the other one going, the first one stopped going into reverse. So we had this asymmetric pull on the aircraft and we didn't slow down good enough. So we almost ended in the pub. We made a bit of a U-turn there on the highway next to the runway, unfortunately.
Oh, there you go.
Everyone survived. That's now got to be replaced.
Yeah, no, we're gonna have to spend some money on this aircraft. Okay, George, I'm streaming this aircraft. Tell us the background again on this one.
This is the one you requested. You said you love these colors and you thought the guys should start using these.
Okay. But you missed a couple of the colors of the rainbow. I must be honest now. You missed a few.
It's in work. This is the first, I just wanted to make sure those were the colors. Those were the colors you picked out of the color swatches. I just wanted to make sure.
It's supposed to be coral and sea foam.
Don't forget the unicorn, please. Just don't forget the unicorn. There's got to be a unicorn on this thing somewhere. Awesome. Let's move that again.
And the nose has to be painted a peculiar shade of unicorn fart. Okay.
Let's not go there.
And paint the tires pink. The tires have to be pink. Okay.
Yeah. George, lovely. Good work as always.
In the paint shop.
Okay. Yeah, lovely work as always. Anyway, I'm gonna do my recalibration of my throttles just now because this was kind of embarrassing. But like I said, at least you see I'm only human and things can go wrong with me too.
Can we see the landing again, please?
We can, because I think it bounced, and that was part of the problem. So we'll have a look now. We'll do a full forensic analysis just now, Uncle John. Because when the inspectors come to look at the footage, we can then at least tell them what we think what happened, or show them what actually happened, not just what we think what happened.
And don't cut it short at the end of the runway, please.
Approaching 20.
When they start referring to your landing as a shoot down, that's probably not a good sign.
Yeah.
John.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to have to go and have a coffee now because my nerves are shot after that landing.
I can imagine.
Don't forget the whiskey.
Poor devil. Listen, calm down. Take an aspirin if you have to.
Or a Valium.
Or Valium, yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh, you guys. What will I do without you?
I think they call it brace for impact.
Yeah. Mark, the changelog, we discussed it in the beginning of the stream, but I'll quickly tell you. It's in this version, it is all about the lights test and the transponder. So they fixed up a little here and there about the light test, and then on the transponder here he has added ATC 1 and 2 and stuff for us. I'll show you just now. Yeah, we have a number for you to call.
Yeah, the air crash investigators are already on scene.
Yeah, don't scare me, guys. My nerves. I'm fragile. I'm just gonna park here. There's no point in taxiing and doing all the other things. So let's quickly get rid of all of these things. Yeah. Let's quickly have a look at that landing rate, if there was any. Landing rate minus 117. Okay, something happened.
That's not bad at all.
No.
So touchdown smooth and in the asymmetric thrust
I think that's
on reversing. Yeah.
big thing. But we'll have a look inside and out now, and then we can speculate a little bit more and finally come to a conclusion. I think Uncle John has got his clipboard with his marker out already. I heard the inspectors are here. So.
You're not psychic, are you?
You know, in real life, that is a scenario that I train for all the time, especially airline pilots landing near max gross weight with asymmetric reverse redeployment.
Yeah.
I was never an airline pilot, but I do have a couple of type ratings, and we practice some of those same scenarios because we would go to, it's a company called Flight Safety International, and those same guys train airline pilots and other stuff all the time. So we would do the same training and then benefit from that higher standard, right? Trying to train to the Part 121 standard, and it always helped us. It's good stuff.
Good. I'm just logging the flight quickly, then I want to go offline from my way. There we go. So now we can have a look what Captain De Bruin messed up this morning. It was such a lovely approach. I was so confident, and then I saw my backside without a mirror.
Seems I'm going to have to show you yet again where those brakes are, Nico.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny, on the Airbuses, you'll see quite a bit of them that have, brake fan that you can engage. And I think that happens automatically on Boeing if they have the brake fan, but I don't know of any manual operation of such a fan. Do you know if the 737 have an automatic brake fan?
I don't know. You see there, the nose wheel even lifted with the speed. The left wheel stayed on the ground, the right wheel also lifted. You see, look at that pull on the reversers. Open, close, open, close.
Yeah, I can see that easy.
There, both of them finally worked. Look where we were already, on the way to the pub. Whew, I saw that downhill coming, and I had to try and save what I could. And look at this, you see, asymmetrical again. It wasn't bad for the turn, but I mean, it's not supposed to be that way. There, figured it out, fixed it. My nerves are shot. Uncle John, I think I need an Irish coffee now.
Well, believe it or not, the blood's only just coming back to my fingers.
What's the airport in the state that's a risk at? Burbank, I think, isn't it?
I don't know.
I think Burbank has that issue where if you land hot, you risk, and you don't immediately reject and go around, you run the risk of an overrun. Because I think that happened here a couple years ago, if I'm not mistaken, Southwest Airlines.
Wow, okay.
It's me about that group flight landing I did and ended up in the trees.
Well, remember not Inverness, what's that thing there in the Faroes? Remember the Faroe Islands?
Vega.
Hangar. Yes.
Yeah, Agar, whatever. Yeah, no, that was crazy landing there. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, now you know I'm just human. I'm not AI. You know, so Johan Jacobs. Yeah, we'll send the ground crew to pick up the parts. Damn it. Really silly. But anyway, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching. I will let Zibo know of the bugs and stuff we picked up. Just for your information again, this is a non-public beta. Now I've got to go click on that thing again.
Captain Flaps, that specific livery that he has, no, but there is a Skymatix livery. If you join the virtual airline, you can use that with the airline. But the specific one he has there is for Nico's use only.
Look at this. The Abby tab is now even stuck. I think it's because I clicked that thing at the wrong time. Okay. That's not the end of the world. I just wanted to show you this is a non-public beta. So this is the reason we test these things. So when we find issues, we can tell Zibo, you know, because we don't want you guys to go and fly it and then flood us with all kinds of stories and things when we already know about it. So it's one hand washing the other hand, kind of a helping out situation. So we'll try and get rid of most of the bugs before you guys get it. I can't figure this thing out. This is crazy.
There you go, Nico. That's probably a little bit better.
Okay. Let me show the guys. So George is an absolute genius when it comes to making these liveries, guys. He is amazing. Look, there you go. Check, there's the unicorn. Look there. Now I click on it.
Captain Flaps, if you have the one from the VA, then you've got the best one you can get, short of having his special one. But look here at this one now. You have all the little horsies now, right?
Now look, in the middle is Nico. There's Uncle John on the left. There's Mac on the right. There's Paul. There's Reggie. And there's Kevin.
Very good, George.
That's awesome.
Thank you so much. All right. Yeah, we'll talk to you guys later. And Flaps 15, just to add to your livery question, I have to keep some of the liveries for myself due to the brand and everything. I can't just share everything, and this is one of them. There's 3 versions of this that I'm keeping for myself, and then also the chrome one, the polished one that George made for me. You know,
there's the one that that's the one people would have right there.
Yes, if you join the VA, that one plus 1 or 2 others are available in the VA website. You can get them. That was by agreement between all of us that, you know, we have to give something. And this is also when you fly online on IVAO, or if you use what's that livery thing called? XCSL. This is what XCSL will give you. So, yeah,
the CSL files come up, and this, by the way, is a snazzy livery right here. Is it as nice as the polished chrome? No, but it is absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, for the airline and what we wanted, that was the best option. I didn't have this one or the polished one at the time, so we couldn't even choose from them. But I've got like so many different liveries that we picked the best one. Don't worry. So we'll talk to you guys later. I haven't booked a flight on YouTube yet. We'll do that later, and then we'll probably fly from this airport, you know, after all the parts have been replaced, and go to the next one. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye, and thanks for joining.
Thank you for having us, Nico.
The Sunday group flight will be put on the Zibo pilots group.
As well, yeah. We'll have to announce it here on Discord as well, Uncle John.
Awesome.
Okay. Cheers, guys.
Thank you for having us, Nico. Great flight.